I never imagined a perfect night could collapse in less than a minute. But that's exactly what happened. I was standing in the center of the rooftop restaurant I'd rented out, holding a small velvet box in my hand. The lights of the city glowed behind Lisa like a crown. She looked breathtaking, nervous, but breathtaking. "Lisa," I said, my voice trembling more from joy than fear, "I can't imagine my life without you. Will you?" I didn't even get to finish. She stepped back. One step. Then another. Her eyes filled with tears instantly, as if she'd rehearsed this moment 1,000 times but never had the courage to face it. "No," she whispered. "Ethan, please. Don't." At first, I thought she was joking. Lisa loved surprises, dramatic entrances, emotional beats. But this wasn't a performance. Her hands were shaking. Her breathing was uneven. She looked terrified. "Lisa, what's wrong?" I asked, my knee still on the ground, the ring between us like a hostage in a negotiation. She reached into her purse with trembling fingers and pulled out a white envelope, creased, wrinkled, as if it had been opened and resealed more than once. "This came for you," she said, barely audible. "And I can't say yes, not until you read it." I stood, confused, and took the envelope. My name was written on it in a messy, unfamiliar handwriting, almost frantic. Inside was a single sheet of paper. "You love the wrong woman. She's hiding a man who can destroy your life. Stay away before it's too late." That was it. No signature. No explanation. My stomach twisted. I looked at Lisa, hoping she'd laugh, say it was a prank, tell me it meant nothing. Instead, she closed her eyes and whispered, "I'm so sorry. I wanted to tell you. I really did." Before I could ask what she meant, movement caught my eye. Across the street, under the dim, orange glow of a street lamp, stood a man. Tall, broad shoulders, wearing a dark coat. His face was half hidden, but his posture was unmistakable. He wasn't just watching the restaurant. He was watching us. And when our eyes met, he smiled. A slow, deliberate smile. As if he'd been waiting for this exact moment. I felt a cold shiver run down my spine. Lisa grabbed my arm. "Ethan, please, don't go to him. You don't understand." But I'd already taken a step forward. Because in that instant I knew one thing. This man was the key to everything Lisa was too afraid to say. I stepped off the rooftop before Lisa could stop me. My mind was boiling. I wasn't angry, not yet. I was confused. Betrayed. And worst of all, scared without knowing why. The man across the street didn't move. He stood still, as if carved from stone. And then he raised his hand and pointed at Lisa. Not at me. At her. That froze the blood in my veins. "Hey!" I shouted, crossing the street. "Who the hell are you?" He didn't flinch. He waited for me to get close, too close, before finally speaking. "Ethan Hale," he said calmly, using my full name. "I've been wanting to meet you." "How do you know my name?" He tilted his head, examining my face like a doctor studying a patient. "You deserve the truth. And she won't tell you." I turned around. Lisa was standing at the restaurant entrance, pale as paper. "Stay away from us," I said. His smile sharpened. "You think you know who she is?" Then he whispered, "Ask her about her husband." I felt the ground slip under me. "She's not married." He chuckled. "Is that what she told you?" Before I could react, he slipped something into my hand, a second envelope. "She won't explain this one either. But I promise, it will make everything clear." And then, he walked away. Not ran. Not hurried. Just turned and blended into the night. I stood frozen, breathing like I'd sprinted miles. Lisa ran toward me, eyes wide, terrified. "What did he say? Ethan, what did he give you?" I held up the envelope. She stared at it like it was a bomb. "Don't open it," she pleaded. "Not here. Not now." "Then tell me the truth." I said. Who was that man? Her lips trembled. He's connected to my past. Your past? Lisa, he said you had a husband. She squeezed her eyes shut, tears slipping down her cheeks. I was afraid this would happen, she whispered. I wanted to tell you. Tell me now. But she shook her head. No. If I tell you, he wins. Before I could answer, her phone buzzed. She looked at the screen, and her face drained of color completely. I saw one word on the display. Him. Don't pick it up, I said. But she already had. Her voice was barely a breath. Hello? A man's voice answered, cold, smooth. I pressed closer, trying to hear. Lila, he said. Lila. Not Lisa. Lisa's knees nearly buckled. I caught her by the arm. You can't run forever, the voice continued. And dragging this new man into your mess? That's cruel, even for you. Lisa turned her back to me, shaking. Leave him out of this, she whispered. But the man only laughed. He deserves to know what you did. The call ended. She lowered the phone slowly, like it weighed 100 pounds. Lisa, what's going on? I'm trying to protect you, she said. But he won't stop. He never stops. Who? She wiped her tears with trembling hands. My husband. The world tilted. You're married. Separated, she whispered. Not legally. I ran from him. Why? She looked at me with despair so raw it silenced me. Because he destroys everything he touches. We drove to my apartment in silence. Lisa sat curled against the window, as far from me as the car allowed. The moment we got inside, she burst into tears. I didn't want this, she sobbed. I wanted to leave it behind. Then why didn't you tell me? Because you'd walk away. And she covered her mouth. I love you. I sank onto the couch, exhausted. Start from the beginning. She nodded, shaky. My real name is Lila Carter. I met Marcus, my husband, when I was 21. He was charming. A genius. Everyone loved him. But behind closed doors he was controlling. Manipulative. Obsessed. What does he want now? She hesitated. Me. Or to make sure no one else has me. I ran a hand through my hair. And the man from the street? He works for Marcus. He always finds me eventually. But he gave me a warning. He said you were hiding someone who could ruin my life. Her expression changed. Fear shifted into confusion. That doesn't make sense. Marcus wouldn't warn you about me. He'd threaten you. So who was that man? I don't know, she whispered. And in her voice, I heard a second lie. I opened the envelope the stranger gave me. Inside was a single photo. Lila, standing outside my apartment building, talking to the same man from the roof. Except this time, she wasn't pulling away. Their faces were inches apart. Too close. On the back of the photo, a message. She came to me first. Lisa covered her mouth. Ethan, it's not what you think. Then what is it? I don't know why he has that photo. Were you meeting him? She hesitated. A fraction of a second, but enough. I thought you didn't know him. I don't. Lisa, you just hesitated. She turned away, silently crying. I'm losing control of everything, she whispered. I thought I could keep you safe. Safe from what? Safe from her? Safe from the past? Safe from myself? For the first time since I met her, I wasn't sure. It took me a day to track down the stranger. He wasn't hiding. He was waiting. At a coffee shop 2 blocks from my apartment. You came, he said. Good. Tell me who you are. He handed me a card. Julian Price, private investigator. I stared at him. I wasn't hired to follow Lisa, he said. I was hired to follow you. My pulse stopped. By whom? He tapped the photo from the envelope. By her. I felt like someone punched me in the chest. You're lying. I have receipts. Payments. Messages. Show me. He slid his phone across the table. And there it was. Lisa's name. Transfers. Instructions. Report everything. She had written. I need to know if he's dangerous. If I'm dangerous. I sat back, trembling. Julian watched me calmly. She told me she was afraid of you. Afraid? Of me? Of your past. What past? Julian took a deep breath. The woman you dated before Lisa, she disappeared. My heart split open. My ex? Emily? She moved abroad. That's what she told. She didn't, he said quietly. She vanished. No goodbye. No bank activity. No passport use. I felt sick. And you're saying Lisa thought I was involved? He nodded. She hired me to make sure you weren't another Marcus. Everything spun. So the envelopes, the warnings, that was you? No, he said. That part wasn't me. That was someone else. Someone who wanted to destroy both of us. Who? I asked. Julian's expression turned grim. Her husband. I stormed into my apartment. Lisa was sitting on the floor, arms around her knees, staring blankly at the wall. Why did you hire a PI to follow me? I demanded. She flinched. Ethan, please. Answer me. She cried silently. I didn't know who you were. She whispered. Your ex was missing. I was scared. I needed to know if you were safe. You thought I was dangerous. I thought everyone was dangerous, she said. After Marcus, after everything he did, I stopped trusting people. That's not an excuse. No, she whispered. But it's the truth. I sank onto the couch, trying to breathe. Why didn't you tell me? Because I fell in love with you, she said. And once I did, I didn't know how to explain any of it without losing you. This time, I didn't answer. Because part of me understood. And another part felt deeply betrayed. I would have forgiven you, I said. If you told me. She closed her eyes. I know. That night, someone knocked on my door. 3 slow knocks. Lisa froze. No, she whispered. Not here. Not tonight. I looked through the peephole. And my heart stopped. A man stood there, tall, handsome, sharply dressed, a faint smile on his lips. Not Julian. Someone colder. Smarter. Darker. Marcus. I opened the door halfway. He didn't try to enter. Good evening, Ethan, he said politely. May I have a word? Lisa was shaking behind me. What do you want? To retrieve what's mine, he said. My wife. She's not yours. He smirked. She's married to me. Legally, emotionally, psychologically. Lisa covered her ears. Stop, she whispered. Marcus leaned to the side, looking past me at her. Lila. Enough running. You hurt me, she said. You lied. You destroyed my life. And you destroyed mine, he replied calmly. We're even. He looked at me again. You have no idea what she's capable of. Leave, I said. He straightened his jacket. Very well. But this isn't over. He handed me something before walking away. A USB drive. It contains the truth, he said. About her. And about you. Then he disappeared into the elevator. The USB contained videos. Recordings of conversations between Marcus and a woman's voice I knew too well, Emily. My ex. And she wasn't afraid. She wasn't running. She was confessing. It wasn't Ethan's fault, she said in one video. He thought I left the country. I made him believe that. Marcus asked. Why? Because Lila needed time, Emily whispered. To get away from you. My blood turned cold. Emily and Lisa knew each other. And then the final video. Emily crying. He'll hate me if he ever finds out. But I had to protect him. And her. Marcus replied. Then you understand why she's dangerous. Lisa grabbed my arm. Ethan, please, don't listen to him. He manipulates everyone. But you knew Emily. She hesitated. And the silence hurt more than betrayal. Where is Emily now? I demanded. Lisa shook her head. I don't know. Stop lying. I'm not. Why was she talking to Marcus? She hugged herself tightly. Because Marcus forced her. He threatened her. He wanted to use her to trap me again. And what did she mean by protecting me? Lisa looked like she might faint. I can't tell you. You will. She finally broke. It wasn't just me who ran from Marcus. Emily tried to help me. She knew what he was capable of. And then she disappeared. Lisa's voice cracked. Because he took her. Julian called me. I know where Marcus took her. He said. Emily? No. Lisa. My blood turned icy. He grabbed her outside your building. He said. I saw everything but couldn't stop it. I felt lightning in my veins. Send me the address. I'm coming with you. No. This is on me. I drove like a madman. To an abandoned mansion outside the city. Lights were on inside. I ran through the broken doorway. And found Marcus holding Lisa by the wrist. Not hurting her. Controlling her. You finally came, he said. Good. I grabbed a metal pipe. Let her go. He smiled. She never told you the truth, Ethan. About that night with Emily. Lisa shook her head violently. Don't listen. Marcus interrupted. You think Emily disappeared because of me? No. She disappeared because she saw what Lila is capable of. I froze. Lisa's face turned white. Marcus, stop, she begged. He leaned close to me. She didn't run from me. She ran from both of us. I turned to Lisa. Is it true? She shook her head rapidly. No. Ethan, please. He's twisting everything. Marcus laughed. Ask her where she was the night Emily vanished. Ask her why Emily helped her disappear. Lisa's lips trembled. I was trying to protect you, she whispered. From what? From yourself. My heart slammed against my ribs. What does that mean? She reached toward me. Ethan, that night Emily disappeared, you weren't well. You were drinking. You were heartbroken. You didn't mean to scare her. I staggered backward. Scare her? Lisa sobbed. She didn't vanish because of you. She vanished because she didn't want you to blame yourself. She thought disappearing would force you to move on. I felt sick. So she just left. Lisa nodded. And Marcus used that to manipulate both of us. Marcus shrugged. Partly true. Marcus lunged toward Lisa. I threw myself at him. We crashed into the old wooden table. Glass shattered. Lisa screamed. Marcus punched wildly, fueled by obsession rather than strength. I pinned him down. This ends now, I growled. His lip bled, but he smiled. You think she loves you? Ask her what she did after Emily left. Enough! Lisa cried. I did it for him. For whom? I shouted. For you, she whispered. Marcus laughed. Tell him, darling. Lisa fell to her knees. I erased everything, she said quietly. Messages. Photos. Evidence. I helped destroy every trace of your past with Emily. Why? Because I wanted a future with you. Marcus clapped slowly, mockingly. Congratulations. You two deserve each other. I knocked him unconscious. Julian arrived minutes later. We tied Marcus and called the police. Lisa sat on the floor, shaking. I'm sorry, she whispered. I should have told you everything. I should have trusted you. I should have trusted you too, I said. Do you still love me? I didn't answer right away. But I took her hand. Because despite everything, all the secrets, all the broken pieces, I still felt something real. The police dragged Marcus out. He stared at us with pure hatred. This isn't over, he hissed. Weeks passed. Lisa and I tried to rebuild something fragile but honest. Emily emailed me from abroad, alive, explaining everything. She apologized. She asked for forgiveness. She said she left to give me a clean break. But one night, as Lisa slept next to me, my phone buzzed again. A message from an unknown number. A video. Julian, talking to Marcus, before the arrest. Julian saying, "Everything is set. He'll never know the truth." Marcus replying, "Good. Keep him focused on her. He can't remember what he did." And then Julian's voice, "Don't worry. He won't." The video ended. My hands went cold. What I did? What I can't remember? What they're hiding? I looked at Lisa beside me, peaceful, innocent, fragile. Or pretending to be. One terrifying thought burned in my mind. What if Marcus wasn't the real villain? What if either of them were? What if the person I should fear is myself? The screen went black. And the story was only beginning.